So short position 2.8, you can call it 3 ratio almost 9. So 3 ratio 9 is risk to reward. So to even if let's say I take this trade, this is 3 ratio 9, so 9% profit with average of 3, that becomes about 27% profit. So let me just delete everything and let me just put my take profit on Binance. So until this loads, I do not have good internet speed today. Well, let's divide DAR also. So let's just delete everything except this purple line. So let's just remove everything because there is a lot of stuff there. So I'll draw this purple line 5 4. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, so this structure, now visually it is clear that it's 5-wave structure, right? Very clear. So visually we know that this is 5-wave structure. Why I started from there? Because this cannot be wave 1 and 2. Reason that this retraces lower than the initial point. So if we go closer, you will see that this retraced more than 100%. So we do not consider this as wave 1 because it came down lower. So that's why this structure started from here. Okay, so that's number one thing. So this structure started from here. So visually we know that wave 1 is weaker, this definitely is wave 3 and wave 5. Now also let me tell you, if I would have taken trades in last few days, I would have never traded it because of this 3 choppiness. I don't like this. I don't normally trade these choppinesses, right? Because you are never sure where is 1 here. Okay, so this choppiness will never show you about 1. So mostly what you will do, you will consider this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You will be waiting and they will drop it. So that's why or even if you consider this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, maybe you are wrong because this is 4 and they will suddenly create a quick move. So that's why this choppiness, when things are not clear, I normally don't trade it. But I remember my old times when I was very hard worker, so I normally used to subdivide the structure. So that's why I did here also. So I thought that I should do it for you people also, because these tough markets are good for learning. So let's go to wave 1 and I normally don't, you must have seen I don't even subdivide wave 1 also, but I did it here, right? Because when you are dealing complex structures, you have to know each and everything. So I don't like OP really, it's so slow. So if we see here, going down here, because one thing we know is that this is where wave 1 started. So let's subdivide it. So 1 2 3 4 5 of 3 4 and 5, right? So we have 5 wave structure in there. So this is wave 1. Let's go up and let's subdivide 3, right? So 3, we all know that 3 normally shows us very clear 5 Elliot wave structures, right? So that makes another impulse. So 1 2 3. Now this here was a triangle. Okay, so A B C, X A B C, B, and 5 waves down, C D E, right? Normally I am very good in understanding the correction. Normally, sometimes 2-3% out of 5 I can't because of the choppiness. So what happened is that mostly, like I said, that Elliot says that mostly at the time of, or at the point of wave 4, you will see these triangular formations. Okay, where this goes like this, A B C, sorry, A B C D E. This is very common. That's why in corrective patterns I only stated these two, because if you can trade these two, that's enough. You don't have to go into WXY, WXY, XZ and all that kind of stuff. Or I have only traded you, shown you ABC, the regular zigzag. You don't have to deal with double zigzag, triple zigzags, because those happen but not always. You can call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the fifth. But because this fifth was aggressive, that made me think that this is somewhere, because the triangle formation is done, the correction here is done. That means this is the one. So when the correction is done, you have A B C D E. You start with the first impulse, and this is what we call as the thrust. That after E completion, we see a very sharp move. So this is called thrust. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, the fifth and final wave. And let me just annotate this also. So we call this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 wave structure. Okay, so let's delete this. So now when we look at it clearly, we see that we have here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This structure, right? And because 5 waves were done, I took my entry and I took only one entry, like I said. But you, because you don't have experience right now, what you would do, you will start laddering when it clearly breaks the top of 5, right? So we have here 5, so you can just put this this line there, this purple line, and when this breaks up, that's your first entry. Okay, so I always recommend 3 entries. It goes 2-3% higher, second entry. It goes 2-3% higher, third entry, and you wait for the drop. But take entries when they move significantly higher, not with one candle. Okay, so take entries when they move significantly higher. Why you ladder it? The reason is very obvious, because it's the final wave, and somewhere the drop is going to start, right? So you start taking entries. So if you took 3 entries, let's say you were dealing with a $5,000 position, or make it even $6,000 position, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and if we take midpoint of this, you will end up having your entry point here at this level, right? So this would have been your entry, this level, and even from this level you are right now in 4% profit. With leverage of 3, it's 12% profit. So that's why we ladder, right? Even if it looks like we are a lot higher from our entry point, that's about 10% up. That normally doesn't happen. It happens when last wave is so aggressive. This normally doesn't happen because you will catch it mostly. But even with this much move against you, because you laddered it, you are already in 12% profit, and you can very quickly close your position, right? 12% is a very nice scalp.